What is up, disc golf world? My name is Luke Humphries, and you are watching round 2 of the Delaware Disc Golf Challenge. We are in Newark, Delaware, not Newark, New Jersey, and I am joined by Connor O'Reilly. We're going to see his name on the leaderboard here in a second. Playing pretty good, man. How you feeling?
Feeling good. I'm really enjoying this course. It tests a variety of shapes, and you really got to be accurate out here. I like throwing my slower discs a lot, and that works well in this course.
Yeah. We've got a guy that's going to throw a bunch of slow discs, Michael Johansen, world champ Gregg Barsby, unique thrower Garrett Gurthie.
And Raven Newsom rounding out the card.
The youngster, yeah, throwing MVP plastic. You're pulling double duty this weekend, too. Playing good golf, running this commentary with me.
Yeah, I'm a grinder, and I love putting in the work, so
you are a grinder.
Any opportunity I like to take.
That's right. Hole 1, you can play forehand, you can play backhand, trying to access this landing zone right here that we're flying over, leaving you this entry, Connor.
Yeah, we got this out of bounds line on the left here, so a lot of players want to lean on having their upshot on the right side there, coming in, play the right side of the green, try to avoid that line. A lot of kicks will find that OB.
1145 card. This is the third card. From Raleigh, North Carolina, Raven Newsom.
Checking the back, make sure he doesn't get that one wrong. Raven's going forehand.
Yeah, Raven had an unusually slow round from circle 2 yesterday. Let's see if he can get that going today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Raven likes to let you know what he does when he does it. He's a fun player.
Yeah, he's definitely got high energy. And I am really looking forward to watching Garrett. He just goes about it a unique way.
Yeah, no one plays quite like Double G. I always kind of heard it and saw it from afar, but this year playing with him for the first time, it's special the way he pulls on the disc.
California, Gregg Barsby.
This guy's also unique in the way he goes about things, but he's shown he can get it done at the highest level.
Especially out here in the woods, if he can hit some straight lines and keep that putter firing from long distance like he did in round 1. This course sets up well for Barsby.
North Carolina, Michael Johansen.
And here we have one of the best wood slayers our game has ever seen. He's just going to spin him out there today. It's going to be a pleasure to watch.
So smooth, always in control of what he's doing. A little deep there. He might have to go with a little lean out sidearm, but MJ's shown recently that he's been working on that shot, and he's got it in the game.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. Playing away from that OB line, most likely giving himself a long look. That one possibly even too long to run at this precarious green with OB very near.
Yeah, I don't see MJ laying up from 45 or in, though, and he knows that he has to make some of those putts to put down a good round.
Beautiful shot from Gregg. That took so much touch, knowing the OB line was there. You have a tendency to hug those tight, which will give you that kick out of bounds. And Garrett just left with a forehand roller.
Garrett getting a little crafty there. Shout out to his jerky brand.
Ooh, I like how you did that. He's even repping the hat today. I think he got himself a fresh cut, too. He's looking clean. Rarely doesn't.
Yeah, Raven in the ideal position off the tee here. Just able to throw a horse stable mid-range into the green. A little deep, but
didn't go OB this time.
Reference to yesterday's round, which GK Productions also filmed.
That was a little deeper than I thought. Yep. MJ doing what Luke thought he would do.
Yeah, I'm thinking Garrett will be doing the same. Not trying to mess with this.
Yeah, not only is this on this little mound, but there's a slight drop off behind the basket, so those putts that miss that have a chance are going to end up circle's edge.
Yeah, anything rolling off that has too much momentum. That's a great way to start your round.
Yeah, nice committed putt. Raven's been jamming his circle one putts, making sure to give them all the pace they need to go in the basket.
Yeah, and it was that big drive that set up the easy upshot to get himself right at circle's edge.
He might not have thrown the upshot quite like he wanted, but to hit a putt like that to start your round might even end up being better for him in the long run.
No doubt. Same for Gregg. Right about the same distance, circle's edge. Good putts for the first hole.
Good save from in there, man.
We will have Raven on as our third commentator today, so.
Yep, worth noting. Does like talking. Almost all of it's positive. It's good energy he's bringing. Hole 2. Tricky par 3. You'll need to hit this gap with a bunch of hyzer, but it needs to be an understable disc that allows you to flip up in the finish of it.
Yeah, something neutral that you can stand on a lot of hyzer out of your hand and kind of push flatter to finish is good here. Raven testing out the footing. It rained a little bit last night and early in the morning, so the tee pads are a little more slick than they were the day before.
For sure. With like 80% humidity, that water's not going anywhere. And it's basically a hard par 3 from where he just landed.
Yeah, he's still going to have to execute a pretty high-level shot in order to save a par there. You can see Gregg slip a little bit and maybe pull it wide of where he intended and catches a tree.
Yeah, he did.
Garrett looks like he's electing maybe for a wraith.
Yeah.
With a little higher speed here, you can really kind of pick your speed on this shot. A lot of different speeds will work here.
Beat the first one. Yeah, I like a little higher speed on a day like today, just to minimize the shifting and movement.
Yeah, it makes you not have to use as much from your lower body, just kind of swing it out there. MJ playing his Scorch understable distance driver. Just squares it up a little too pure down the gap.
Everybody working. Gregg's up there a little more than these guys, but this would be a great up and down.
Raven having to push Anheuser the whole way, but keep it pretty straight.
Ooh.
That's a great shot.
That's gonna be great.
Something up there,
Yeah.
That was a perfect tree. Had a lot of pace still, but perfect angle.
MJ, purple banger.
Get lucky.
Getting a little sneaky on the backside, but he gets some love.
2 kicks.
Kick action over there.
That guy is always smiling when he's disc golfing.
Yeah, MJ's a joy to play with. He's always got a story, and he's always just such a lighthearted guy. Speaking of stories, Gregg Barsby is one of the best storytellers out there. Also very good at those chip-ins.
Yeah, and that thing's, it's 140 feet from the basket, but he's got to hit a 3-foot gap 60 feet away from him.
Garrett trying to flex his AVR X3 or AVR 3 around there.
Didn't want to run the basket. Satisfied taking the bogey here. Great up and down.
Yeah, and another good edge of circle 1 putt for Raven. The more I've played this hole, the more I realize I feel like you need to get inside of that middle tree to park this basket or get up there close.
Yeah, you really do. Flip into flat. I think of just like a Bradley Williams flip up fairway driver inside that thing. Is I imagine what it takes to birdie that hole headed into hole 3. Why don't you give him the flyby, Connor?
This is a great par 4. Off the tee, you want to push it straight for at least 380, maybe 400 or more feet to really get down there. This tree coming up on the left is a good indicator of where you want to be. If you can be just right of that, you're going to have a straight shot into this pretty bare landing zone with a lot of roots. So you really got to fly your disc, get it down here to this group of leaves right here and slide it up to the pin. You've got to drop off to the left side, but the creek is inbound, so really want to get this one up there for everybody. Look.
Yeah, ideally you'd love to slide it up there, but there's so many routes that you really do have to fly it, and then you end up going long.
Yeah, this is a great par 4. A lot of people like to elect for that big flex sidearm. If you can crest that hill, tends to work out pretty well and fade back.
Looked like he got stopped by the hill there, which is probably a good thing. If that had finished out, would have put him in a tricky position. He might be able to access the birdie from there.
Yeah, yesterday he nosed his shot up, so I wonder if that was in his head and all, and he tried to adjust for that, or if it just was a late pull.
Gregg's over there in a similar spot. They're going to be left with force over forehand anhysers, I'd guess. Little flex shots into that green. So that's that scorch again, huh?
Yep.
That is not what he wants.
I think showing it's under stability, he can get some good distance with little footing out of it, but that also creates some inconsistency if you don't hit your angle right.
Yeah. We're going to see a third route here.
Get your popcorn, folks.
Wow. Great angle. Oh my gosh, this could be
And it has a
special.
spin. That's
It's headed downhill now. Around that tree.
yeah, that's the farthest drive I've seen on this hole all week.
My gosh, dead center fairway too, as if he needed that being so far down there.
He'll likely have a sonic in from there.
Love it. That's why we're watching Double G.
Yeah, anytime Double G gets ready to throw a roller, a high flex shot, I always make sure to pay attention because it's usually pretty exciting and it's going to go pretty far.
So this is 320, 330 away. That's not a bad kick there. Overturned just a bit. Maybe a little high too. Really trying to match the slope as you come around this tree.
You want to get that nose dropping, but then you
Just
want to
like
fight
that.
back.
Chill. Just like Gregg said.
Yeah, that hillside usually gives you a nice stopper if you can land on the right side of the basket, so laying up to the
Unbelievable.
right is great.
That was an eagle, I'm sure.
MJ Purple Banger.
Gotta sit
Oof.
though.
Almost had the height to get in, but
Yeah, you heard what he said. Didn't want to leave it short and leave himself a death putt. Much rather putt uphill. His putting style.
that's sonic out of Garrett.
Sit down.
Oof. Lands it right next to the basket. Well, like Luke said, this one, when you come in with speed, it's hard to stop your disc. You really got to land it before the basket.
Yeah, and you can see the roots there right in front of Raven. I mean, these things are everywhere. You really got to
Yeah,
fly it close to
if you
the
don't
basket.
clear that little hill crest that's in front of Raven, then your reactions are not going to be consistent.
You could have a dead stop reaction. At least this way you're putting uphill at it. A little further than MJ would have wanted. Garrett, kind of an awkward putt. Looks like the footing is a bit weird. Yeah, and then the angle.
And seeing those out of sorts putts just shows you how uphill this hole really is, and that putt really is. If you're down there, it's quite a vertical angle coming out of your hand.
Yeah. It's not something we practice all the time.
Nope.
Great up and down for that birdie. Out of position, really. Turned that drive over too much, but what he's able to do in the woods with his forehand is incredible.
Yeah, great touch and great angle control on Barsby's sidearm.
Yeah. MJ got about 15 for his bogey. Just that tee shot. Really can't turn that thing short right.
Whistling it off. MJ play.
There's a lot of tripping going on out here, honestly. Just
Even when you're
rocks
lucid.
jutting out, whatever it may be. Hole 4. Got some new out of bounds on this hole on that right side, keeping players from throwing traditional roller drives. You'll see a lot of backhands, even some forehands possibly, but you're trying to set yourself about here to access this hallway, Connor.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Garrett tries a roller or not with his great roller game, but that out of bounds on the right does kind of discourage some of that.
Yeah, we just saw him lay down a good one. I wonder if that gives him confidence to... Looks like Gregg might be.
It's like one of his road runners.
Just don't be overturned.
Seems like it's standing up a little fast.
Not a terrible...
That slow down off the tree might have
Yeah,
saved him there.
could have. Not a bad position there. This one looks slippery. There's definitely a slip that went down there. But
Yeah,
this
Raven needs
is
to get a new pair of shoes. He
huge.
was showing me those things yesterday, and he blew them out a couple tournaments ago and still playing in them. So,
Oh my gosh.
but didn't seem to affect him there.
Talking about the roots, almost assuredly a root there.
And that was a good one. He might have slipped into a spot where he didn't have a great clean line, but he should be in the bulk of the fairway there.
What's Garrett doing? This looks like an air shot disc. Oh
Oh,
my.
if that gets through, that's
Go.
that looks really close to the basket.
Yeah, he's got
Okay, he's
a
off
couple
left, but
hundred trees in between him and there, but he's got
Not
that
too
little
far.
sonic play.
not too far from pin high, but a little far left.
Just dragging that thing right.
Yeah, you see MJ did a really good job getting the left side of his body through, making sure to drop that right shoulder so he can hold the disc on that Anheuser.
It did leak out left on him. I think that extra skip made this little thing awkward. Ooh.
Oof.
A little deflection to make it miss the trunk, possibly.
That felt like I'm working on a tee.
Yeah, and just in the same way that you get excited when Garrett's throwing a roller or something, when MJ pulls out that purple banger, you know the display of touch is about to be otherworldly. A little early on the Rhino out of Gregg.
Yeah, you can see he just wanted a little more turn. Showing it with his hand motion. This is pretty awkward here.
Raven really likes these chop over angles though, so he's comfortable here.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Was carrying a lot of speed. Probably just an indifferent kick, really. Might have been that far out the other side.
Yeah, this course offers a lot of backstops around the green, so sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not the best, but you're going to have a couple reactions.
Way. He's got the power to throw it 100 feet from the green and the touch to put it right next to the basket.
Yeah, it's a special combination.
Gregg just outside circle 2.
Mm.
Yeah, and he knew it.
A little higher, might have faded earlier. Raven's been solid from this range all weekend.
That he has been. Just putting him over the rim, but that's what he does, and that's a great spot. You're not going to get many kickbacks.
Yeah, it's going to minimize the stress if you do miss.
Worth noting, we're like a half mile from hole 1's tee box. That entire road is lined with spectators and the main parking lot, and then it goes back even further towards the entrance of the park. There's so many people out here watching disc golf. Really cool to see the Delaware, New Jersey, just like the New England fans come out, support like this.
Yeah, for sure. It's been great to see a lot of locals making this tournament as good as it has been
Yeah.
and bringing the energy. It's always nice as a player.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, heading into hole 5, got to take a second and thank Swarm Digital Marketing for sponsoring this drone coverage. They design, develop, and maintain websites. So if you're a small business owner, needs a website, give them a call, click the link below, mention GK Pro, and you will get a free consultation. Check it out. We've helped some disc golfers out already. Click the link below. Connor, hole 5, what we got?
It's our first par 5, 780 feet uphill the entire way. You really want to throw it straight off this tee, maybe finish a little bit off to the left at the tail end of your flight. Get up in front of that short pad we saw, and then you can maybe take a stab for an eagle look, or just make progress and try to take an easy birdie if you can put it up there.
Yep, exactly.
This hole played right around par. It's going to offer a lot of scoring separation. There can be 3s here. There can be 4s. There can also be 6s and 7s, so it's a solid hole.
Looked like he hit that down tree and kind of moved back from it. Might open up the angle a little bit. Looks like a color glow T-bird from Double G.
A lot of hyzer on that, but he puts so much spin, he's able to stand it up.
Oh, that's prime.
Yep. Enough room to swing his arm, and he's going to have a nice anhyzer angle to try to flex one up to the green for an eagle.
That little 3 feet of right slide instead of left slide just cost him big time on the angle, though.
Yeah, he could have attacked it a little more aggressively and not had to hit as much of a flex shot if he just was a meter over.
Yeah.
This hole really shows you how much a foot or two can make a difference off the tee.
No doubt. Dang, Gregg's on skates right now.
Oof.
Keep pushing, though. Well, he'll have a little forehand out possibly from there, I'd say.
Yeah, the good thing about the woods in Iron Hill is a lot of times you can make progress if you're willing to take the risk.
Ooh.
Gregg loves it.
You heard him. Needed to hurry. He's in perfect placement now from where he was at off the tee. That's great.
Looks like maybe another scorch out of MJ. Seems to be leaning on that disc a lot when he needs distance, but he needs to also control a straighter line.
Yeah, not a bad spot. He'll be able to access the green from there. He'll have a banger shot or something. Ooh. Wow.
Great commitment there. That was a really good job getting his momentum through that shot on the standstill.
Yeah, from the patent pending standstill. Fantastic job getting out there and right, which opens up a bunch of different options into the green. This is Garrett's roller disc.
Oh,
Come on.
you could tell he was just a little close to that right side for comfort, and seemed like he didn't really commit to getting that one on the ground.
That little bit of uphill might have been the difference.
Yeah, it's hard to shift your body weight, and you really got to get it the left side of your body through the shot on the roller.
Come on.
You'll have some looks from over there, probably some kind of straddle putt through one of the few small windows.
Yeah. Just to have a look after that slip job off the tee. Just a great job scrambling from him. And what a frisbee chuck from that guy right there.
Yeah, MJ just shows you how you can piece the hole apart. You didn't have to throw it too far, put too much effort in, but if you keep it in the fairway and make progress, you're going to have a birdie look here most likely.
Oh, sliding it through those trees.
Raven's good at hitting those small gaps on his approaches he's shown. He's hit a number of small gaps and been able to push a nice straight shot. Garrett with the rare forehand and putting it right on the money. Yeah, Gregg straddling out, just short. Guessing he had to angle it around a tree a little more than he would have naturally liked to.
Yeah. Nice birdie from Garrett.
Yeah, making use of all of his tools right there. It's a fun shirt out of Garrett.
Yeah, he's got a clean outfit on today. His shoe game is always proper. Big shoe head collector. Wears a bunch of different things on the course, but
Yeah,
that shirt to match.
Always got the fresh Nikes and Adidas on.
Yeah.
MJ working out a scuff on his disc right there. You can see Iron Hill really puts a number on him.
This green especially. There's nowhere to land your disc that doesn't rock.
Yeah, especially if you're going for that eagle with a fast disc.
No doubt. Hole 6. Give it to us, Connor.
We got a par 4 here. 625 feet. Most people are going to take this right gap with a shot that's going to move from the right to the left, but you don't want to move too far left. If you want to hug this right side of the fairway so you can open up a left to right shot into the green. Some players will take a flex sidearm on the inside gap. It's a little tighter, but if you're comfortable with that, it can put you in good position for birdie.
Yeah.
And you want to avoid these rocks on the approach. You want to get it above the rocks because you can hit them and kind of roll down that little slope sometimes. So
They always kick you backwards. Yeah, either skip over them or...
Raven tests that same bunker he did yesterday, but this time he gets through it.
Yeah.
Should have a lean out from there.
A little lean out, exactly. If you're righty backhand, you just want to hug the right side of this fairway. End up...
It's like Garrett's playing a flat to stable option
What
right
a
there.
terrible little kick that was. It almost ended like on the down slope of a rock and just kicked it forward right.
Yeah, a couple inches left there, and he's skipping into prime time position.
Totally. That's a pretty big crowd murmur. Right.
Yeah, it
as
looks
he
like
was
this card's
pulling
having
that
to
up.
play through a couple. Greg had one on the last tee, and MJ just had one there. Like Luke said, nice energetic crowd today, and out here in the woods sometimes it can affect multiple holes.
Mm-hmm. Not very windy today, pretty still, really humid. You can just hear things echo throughout this little valley. Yeah, those two pulls from Greg, just little late releases.
Yeah, I wonder if he's trusting his footing right now. He's had a couple slips.
You're exactly right. Gotta wonder.
If you can't grip, whether your feet or your hands, it's hard to commit to a shot.
Yeah, and he's left with this chop over flex.
He's going to need something really overstable and
Come out.
more height than he just got.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the height.
But we know Barsby is money from that range, and he's got a back slope to full send it.
Mm-hmm. Raven from a knee. How
Full
stable is
commitment.
that?
You really trust that thing. It's overstable, but it just had a little too much driven nose angle.
He'll have a putt, though.
Yep.
That's that range we didn't see from him last round, but expect to see from him.
I'm going to guess he'll at least draw a good number of metal on that putt.
Slide. Ooh, that's right there. That's great.
Yeah, Garrett's always nice with those mid-range turnover shots. MJ busting it out again.
It's always good. He's got, he basically does one angle. He comes out with that Anheuser from what I've seen, but he's really proficient with it.
I've seen him throw a couple flat shots as well, but it seems like the most of the times he's pulling out the sidearm, it's been on that chop over angle.
He's got it dialed. Greg just a little short with that bid. Almost had it. Oh, yeah.
Great nose angle right there from Raven. He really keeps his putter nose angle just slightly up, which works really well on an uphill putt.
Yeah, he's got a little bit like a Haley King. Coil up, keeps it low, takes it between his legs a bit.
Yeah, a lot of momentum in the putt.
Yeah. Great putt from Garrett. Unfortunate bogey from Greg. In this next box, the footing is not much better. It's another slippery one, so we'll see if he can commit to this hallway he's about to play. Hole 7, 370. Fits the forehand best. You're looking to go either inside or outside of this tree that we're approaching now, and then starting your fade. Ideally, you'd come right through this drone flight that Blaine took us through. That's perfect.
Yep.
Whatever disc fits that shot.
If you fly there, you're running chains.
This looks like a lot of speed from
Raven using a faster disc, having to try to use a lot of the fairway. You can tell he's really not quite trusting that footing, like Luke said. Garrett with that touch displayed. Maybe a wombat out of him, or maybe a rock.
Yeah. Little slip from him as well. You can get through that inside. Do see players end up squeaking through there quite a lot.
And that bunker's not as punishing as you feel like it would be.
Keep drifting. This could be great.
The nose never drops, but he's back there with the putt. Yeah, he's going to have some kind of hyzer putt from about 50 there.
Total slip from Gregg.
Yeah, Gregg's really getting bothered right now.
Yeah. Understandably frustrated.
Yeah, it's not that much fun when you don't have good grip on the tee boxes, and that's the one place you're forced on every shot. On every hole, I should say.
Interesting roll from that disc to be basically in the same spot. Do it.
Gregg trying to float this one in.
My God.
If you ever watch Gregg warm up, he constantly just cashes 100-plus footers, and if he throws 3, he usually makes 1.
Do it.
Oh,
Wow. 2 of the best at throwing in from that range. Just giving that basket a scare.
just didn't quite get the little bit of turn that MJ needed on that putt.
Okay.
Yeah, Raven's been automatic from there.
Yeah, I haven't seen a miss. It's looked great. Tempo. Release.
Gregg putting it up, putting it down. A lot of unique putting styles on this card. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
MJ's got a very unique putt. He's one of the few putters who sets it over on Anheuser and plays an overstable comeback with his little bit of nose up.
Yeah. All these hyzer flips that he throws, and then he's got that stable Anheuser flex out putter.
Yeah, there will never be another player quite like MJ.
Oh, there won't. Hole 8, our second par 5, Connor.
Yeah, this one's uphill off the tee. You're gonna want to get up to the flat here. A lot of players are gonna throw a shot that flexes from the right to the left and then back right, or a straight shot that has a little drift to the right at the end. Second shot, you're gonna want to move it from the left back to the right a little bit, or you can try snaking one up there for an eagle look, but there's a lot of trees in the way, and you kind of just are spraying one up there and hoping at that point.
Yeah.
But if you get up around the corner, you should have an easy straight shot into the pin, and you want to put it close on this elevated basket.
That's exactly right. Playing is the easiest hole on the course. We talked about it yesterday. Raven's got the perfect forehand flex over for this hole, but he just didn't want to throw that disc, so he's going backhand instead.
Makes a good correction.
Yeah. Drift out a little bit. Stays right there on the fairway, though. That opens up the angle.
Yeah, that's a great birdie position from there. If he can get his next shot to be travel even like 200 to 250 feet, he's going to have a really good chance at birdie.
Color glow T-bird from G. Not a bad kick. He's okay with it.
Yeah, all that spin he had, it was bound to slide back a little bit.
Just didn't kick right.
MJ testing the same trees. Let's see if he gets a different fate. Yep, just a little short of him.
You can see so much action in this fairway. Until your disc stops, you really don't know where it's going.
Yeah, it can move. Usually it's going to move a little bit, but luckily there's enough stuff to where it doesn't move by a ton. But like we said, on a course like this, 3 feet can be the difference between a clean footing and a good shot through the trees.
Yeah, a pinched lie or an open shot. Gregg standstill forehand needs that to flex out.
From there, he might be able to work up for a long putt with a forehand, maybe a backhand flex shot. He really wants to get aggressive.
Oh, no. Okay. Whew. That disc was heading left with some pace, man.
Yeah, most of the time on a course like this, a double kick, usually that second kick is can be advantageous. So.
Yeah, a lifesaver. Wow. Oh, he gets... Well,
Yeah, he lands in a pretty flat spot with not too many rocks, but
Yeah.
catches one of the few there.
right. There ends up being, an area without rocks up ahead. Oh my gosh,
Raven with that
man.
chop over. He really throws with that elbow
Wow.
really high. And he's loving it.
Yeah, that's a jumper for him.
Garrett busting out another sidearm.
Just a position play. Oh,
Weird reaction. We'll see how that works out for him. Yeah, he's not too thrilled with playing on all the rocks right now, you can tell.
yeah.
This course will eat your discs up and
Keep drifting.
can frustrate you.
Okay.
Yeah, great spot for Barsby to get to. He went with that more aggressive shot, but he gave himself a good putt. That forehand might have only left him 70 to 80 feet, and he
Come on now.
paid off for him.
Ooh. Look at it there.
There we go.
It's not dead yet.
Double
He'll
G
still
bouncing
have
it around in this hole, but
It's back-to-back forehands.
MJ Purple Banger playing the left side there, so he doesn't even test that tree right in front of the basket, and that's still kind of a tester on this tall basket.
When you actually trust your putting, the green gets so much bigger.
Yeah.
When you don't have to throw it right next to the pin, when you trust yourself on 20, 25 footers.
Yeah, and Michael's been there, done that, so we know he trusts himself. Speaking of trust,
Teardrop from Gregg Barsby.
Barsby wills discs in the basket from everywhere.
He's a wizard, no doubt. This would be a big one for Garrett.
Oh,
Ooh,
sneaks it over on that steep angle that he likes.
a lot of action. Good stick.
MJ cool as the other side of the pillow.
That he is. Always got a little funny remark as you're walking up to your disc, too, as he walks off.
Yeah, MJ is a joy to play with.
So good. All right, all-star birdie for that crew right there.
Yeah, like Luke said, easiest hole in the course.
Yeah. Head into the last hole on this front nine, playing just barely over par. You're wanting to get out this little gap and move right. Now, that could be a forehand. That could be a late turning backhand. There's a lot of levels of aggressiveness that we see on this hole. Maybe the most differentiating levels of aggressiveness, if that makes sense. A lot of people go full tilt. A lot of people throw putters.
Yeah, you can throw putter and give yourself a straight gap, maybe 300 to 280 into the pin, maybe even 250 if you throw a great putter shot, or you can throw a driver and maybe have a jump putt.
Yeah. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but something happened on skins and somebody got way down there.
If you haven't been watching the skins yet, you're missing out. Always some fun action and creates some interesting shots because players can play a little more aggressive than they typically do.
It's like a behind the scenes.
Yeah, and you get to know the players better. Yeah, MJ showing some unhappiness with that tee box.
Yeah, that was just a mid-range from him after we saw Raven going full speed forehand, which ricocheted into a perfect position for him.
Barsby pacing his lower body down there a little bit. It paid off. He had a nice accurate release.
Yeah, there's a little backdoor action that he might be able to access into that green. He's way down there, so he'll have options. Turn. Now hit.
Another
Okay.
good double kick for G. Double G. Getting the double kicks.
This is just a position play back to where, a good drive would land, basically.
Little kiss off a tree there, too. If you haven't noticed, there's a theme. If you're playing Iron Hill and your disc doesn't hit a tree, you probably didn't actually play Iron Hill.
Flatten out. Wow. He's showing that he's got the angles on the forehand, hitting these hallways.
Yeah, nowadays in the game, it seems like you really got to at least have that lean outside arm to help your scramble game in the woods at the minimum. MJ's in that straight tunnel that you can set up if you throw a putter off a tee and executes well there with the banger.
I wonder if Jessica is helping Garrett with his forehand, because I can see him helping her with the backhand.
Yeah, I definitely bet
probably
there's
a
some of
little-
that going on.
Yeah, a little something being passed back and forth there. Gregg from his spot.
Even if it's just her prodding him to throw it more.
Great rhino shot. It's going to scoot out to about 28, but he'll take it.
Or even just been a little out of sorts from circle 2.
Yeah.
But all good shooters go through slumps.
Just got to keep shooting.
Trust your process. Put in the work. They'll drop Raven. And Gregg getting a lot of action there off the high shot.
That was 3 for 3 bands right there.
Not very happy. He made a really good second shot there and wanted to get that birdie.
Yeah, really unfortunate. It's going to be pars all around. After that nice all-star on the last hole.
Yeah, rare to see a card this good not get a birdie on this hole.
Yeah. Look at that. There we have it. Raven Newsom. The only bogey-free round we got going thus far. Garrett's had a turkey after his, so he's turning it around. Michael Joe, a little birdie action coming in as well. That's decent pace for everybody. And great pace for Raven.
Yeah, the other 3 haven't quite got it going, but they're right there in the mix, and the back 9 is a little harder to score on, but they can get it done.
Checking out this leaderboard after 9 holes, Calvin Heinberg, absolute fuego, 10 under, which I don't believe had been done in the last handful of years. No one had gotten to that double-digit mark. Calvin breaks through, does it, launches himself onto that leaderboard. A bunch of other names up there as well. Andrew Marweed playing great golf. Adam Hammies as well. And you, Connor O'Reilly, also playing some good golf, man. You're on chase card right now. Gatekeeper, is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so go check out that action. My co-commentator also slaying these woods out here.
Yeah, it's a fun course. It's been a fun card to watch. Hope you guys tune in for the back 9. It's going to be some more exciting action, a lot of different styles of play, different styles of putting. You can learn a thing or two from this card.
Yep. And for sure, some scrambling. For Connor O'Reilly, I am Luke Humphries. We'll see you there on that back 9.